Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I am back out on Lake Gaston today. So if you guys saw my last video, it was the first time that I've ever been out on this lake and had a pretty good day. So Lake Gaston is on the North Carolina-Virginia border, and what I didn't realize is that it's absolutely loaded with spotted bass. So it turned out to be a really fun day. Probably caught, I don't even know, 40, 50, 60 fish, something like that. It was a lot of fish. They were all bunched up on bait, and caught them all on a jig head minnow. And we used the deep dive app the last time to figure out what area of the lake was most productive. So today we're going to use the deep dive app again, but I'm in the mood to fish shallow and deep today. So I think what we're going to do is a little bit of a challenge to see what wins out today, shallow or deep fishing. So it's a little bit foggy this morning. I think I want to start shallow. So we're going to pull up the deep dive app. The cool thing about the deep dive app is that you can use it to formulate a game plan, whether you want to fish shallow or deep, or you just want the overall lay of the lake. So we're gonna pull up Lake Gaston here on the deep dive app, and I'll throw up a screen recording here so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. All right, so we've got Lake Gaston up here. We're gonna go down to the bait tools, and right now we're down by the dam, so it's going to be a little bit clearer water, so we can pick our water clarity as clear. And then what we can do is when we go to conditions, you can do it by species, and then you can do it by fishing style. So you can do, right now it's pick to any, but we're going to start shallow today, so we'll move it to shallow. And I want to still target spotted bass, so we moved it to spotted bass. And now it'll give us, once it loads here, it'll give us the top baits to be throwing shallow for spotted bass. So we've got a shaky head, a finesse jig, a wacky rig worm, a swing head, a stick worm, a plopper, Nico rig, Ned rig, walking topwater, jerk bait, flipping jig, swim jig, and popper. So those are going to be all of the top baits to throw there. And then we can also go to the best areas, and this is what it said the last time. So the mid-lake area of the lake. Right now I'm actually down here in this pocket, so I might start down here just to see what we're working with. Shallow could potentially go into this big creek up here, but it's saying that the mid-lake is the best region, and that's where I caught them all last time. So we're gonna start shallow, like I said. Rig up a few different things. Okay, so this is the mid-lake region, is a little bit more stained, so it gives us a little bit maybe different baits. Looks like for the most part it's about the same. Throws in a BUZZBAIT and a square bill in there, it looks like. So I think what I'm going to do today is kind of bounce back and forth between shallow and deep and see which limit wins out. I'm going to keep 5 of my biggest fish shallow, 5 of my biggest fish deep, and see if we get a bigger 5-fish limit, shallow or deep. So we're going to start shallow, rig up a few of these baits, and then at some point I'll pull up the deep dive app again and go through the list of baits that it shows for deep water fishing. All right, so we got a nice little fog that's slowly starting to lift off the lake here, but this looks like perfect topwater conditions. So I've actually got a plopper style bait tied on here, so I think that's what we're gonna go with first thing this morning. Grab that guy out. It doesn't want to get tangled on all of these rod sleeves here. All right, so we got a plopper. I'm also we'll pull out a jig too, because at some point we're definitely gonna probably throw a jig around some of the docks. And then I'm going to grab a jerk bait in case we see any roamers on the live scope that look like they want to bite. So we're gonna start off with the plopper. I think we should be able to get a couple bites on topwater first thing this morning, if I had to guess. Oh, look at all that bait out there already. Alright, so we're gonna move up towards the bank here. Nice rock point up ahead, it looks like. Let me go ahead and set this a little bit shallower since we're gonna be fishing up shallow here. Let's see if we can get bit on this plopper. This one's actually the Berkeley Chapo. I tend to like the Chapo a little bit better than the standard Whopper plopper. We're just gonna cover some water, see if we can pick up a few bites on it first thing here. Oh, there's one under a dock. Oh, I missed him. He got my trailer. This is the first dock. Oh, I'm gonna just see if he'll eat it real quick without a trailer on it. Sure, get the trailer here real quick and see if we can get him. Bandito bug, cutting it down. Nope, but that's a good sign that they might be under some docks. This is literally the first one we've hit here. Well, there's a school of them out there. I'm chasing that bait. Pick up the jerk bait. See if we can, oh yeah. There he is. What guy? We won't count him for either team. Ooh, there they go. Ooh, gosh, that one nailed it. That might be a better one. Oh, hybrid. No wonder. Alright, so probably about missed my opportunity at topwater fish here. Chasing around those fish around bait in the last pocket, so we're gonna go through this one here and just skip a jig under these docks, see if we can pick one up. Alright, so we just fished through a few pockets first thing this morning. Had that one jig bite under a dock, and for the shallow bite, that was pretty much it. Caught a couple of small spotted bass just out roaming on some bait in the middle of the pockets. So now that the sun is starting to get up a little bit here, I think the topwater bite's probably going to be about done. So we're going to pivot and go fish out deep for a bit, let that sun really get up over top of these docks, and then we'll go back to the shallow bite to try to get it done up shallow. So we're going to pull up our deep dive app again and see what it has to say about fishing for these deeper fish. Alright, so we've got our deep dive app up. We are going to now change from shallow to offshore. We're still going to keep it on spotted bass because that's the target for today. So now we're working with a shaky head, a football jig, a drop shot, swing head, Nico rig, Ned rig, hair jig, swim bait, topwater, jerk bait. So you can pretty much consider the finesse swim bait a Damiki / jig. So the goal for today is going to be, I know I can catch them on the jig head minnow, that's fairly obvious, but the goal is going to be to catch them on the jig head minnow and one other bait today. So we're going to try maybe the jig head minnow and a drop shot, maybe see if some of those fish down deeper will eat a drop shot. So we're going to try to catch them on those two baits today. I think we'll be able to catch plenty of fish on the jig head minnow, but we're going to see if later in the afternoon if those shallow fish fire and if the shallow fish can actually outweigh these deeper fish. There we go. That feels like a better one finally. It's a crappie. I'm on a whole lot of nothing today. Can't really get the shallow or the deep bite going today. But these are perfect opportunities to learn what I need to be doing, so when I'm in a tournament situation, I don't end up bombing the day. So I'm not quite sure where these fish have moved to, so I'm trying to figure that part out. They were really grouped up the last time I was here chasing bait, but today they are definitely not. I've been checking pockets, some main lake stuff, and they're just not grouped up like they were. So we are trying to figure out where exactly these fish have gone. Starting to see them group up a little bit better now. Biggest one of the day, unfortunately. Still not what we said we'd throw in the well. I don't know if now that the sun is up, they're starting to group up a little bit better or what. Still not getting any size to them. See any better? At least they're starting to bite here. Just need to find the groups of bigger fish. There we go. There we go, finally a little bit better one. Switched up to a little swim bait. Little GOOGAN 2.8-inch saucy swimmer. Not a giant one, but he's the best one we've got so far. Look at this guy, he's got all kinds of shad in his mouth here. Look at that. He's got 3 shad sticking out of his mouth right there. They're definitely feeding up. We'll call that one, he's about £1.5 pounds. There we go. They want the swim bait. Something a little bit more subtle. Oh, get in here. There we go. That might be our first 1.75 pound one. Just needed to make a little change up. Oh, he's probably still 1.5 pounds. Let's see. $170. I just wanted something a little bit slower is all. The 2.8-inch saucy swimmer. Oh yeah. The swim bait. I should have switched earlier. Should have made the switch earlier. It's one of the things I probably need to work on whenever I catch them on something in previous days or whatever. It's hard for me to make a move, make a switch. So that's what I need to work on. It's just that little switch from a straight-tailed jighead minnow to a little swim bait. Now they're eating it. Alright guys, I want to catch one more fish on this swim bait and then we're going to go shallow and try to see if we can get a limit shallow. It's just about 3 o'clock, so latest I really want to stay out here is probably going to be 5, so we'll give it a solid 2 hours fishing shallow. See if we can catch 5 in 2 hours. I have a feeling that's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do, but we'll see what's up there. There we go. They're all a little bit, oh, that's a good one right there. A little bit better quality now on the swim bait. Alright, I said one more, but let me try to catch. I'll fish till 3 right here. 3 o'clock, it's 2:55. I'll fish till 3 and then go send it shallow. Another one. The swim bait was definitely the move. Got him. Whoa, buddy. Oh, nice chunker. Alright, we're gonna go shallow. Deep limit, we'll call it 7.5 pounds. Can I catch his buddy real quick? Yes, I can. A long one. Well, as I was saying, we'll call our shallow or our deep limit 7.5 pounds. And now we will see if we can get on him shallow. There's one. BUZZBAIT. Oh, he come off. I think that's the spot. Oh god, there's a wolf pack of them. Got him. Spotted bass. Is he spotting out a largemouth? Alright, we got one. CROCK-O-GATOR buzz. Must have been a group of them right there. Well, that was cool for a second there. CROCK-O-GATOR buzz just gets bit. You guys need to pick some up if you haven't already. They bass. Oh yeah, that's a decent school of them right there. Ooh, can I drop shot him? Can I drop shot him? Can I drop shot him? Came right up to the boat. I think they're following the drop shot down. Yep. The little guy. Well, that's technically what? Caught one on the... that's 4. I don't know if... I mean, these are basically considered shallow. I'm right up next to these docks. Just using the scope to see out. Of course, I'd like to catch them up under these docks and on the buzzbait, but we'll take what we can get. There he is. Well, there's 5 shallow for like 4 pounds. Another one. It's fun when they're grouped up. Oh, that's a big one. I got like a 4-pounder.
Oh my gosh. Send me your picture.
I'm still fighting him, hang on. Oh, I just got him. There we go. On the CROCK-O-GATOR buzzbait. There we go. He crushed it. Alright guys, we're gonna get a quick weight on this fish and then call it a day. Come on, buddy. There. Best one of the day. I'm gonna say he's just under 4. Yep, looking at 359, somewhere around 359, 360. So solid fish. Wish we could have gotten a few more, but that was it for the day. Caught a bunch of fish, just didn't get the right size, but at least we figured out kind of where the fish were going and what they wanted to bite. So it seems like they moved back into the pockets a little bit more. The bait must have started pushing back into the pockets off of the main lake, and that's where they ended up being. So overall, I think the shallow bite probably edged out the deep bite because of that big fish right there. I'm gonna say we had somewhere around 8.5, 9 pounds on the shallow fish. So the shallow fish won out on this round. Again, guys, if you haven't checked out the deep dive app, I'll leave a link below and you guys can download it. It helps me out all the time on new places, especially when I'm traveling for tournaments. So go check it out, guys. I appreciate you watching this video.